Over the basics of packaging Python programs, loading modules, packages, loading them up to PyPy so that other people can download them and install them. So essentially what I've done is the Python provides a guide to distributing packages, and I've got a link to that here on the website. And that's this page right here. And we're just going to be basically stepping through the various steps that they outline on this. And I've created a dummy, I don't know if it's really a dummy, but an initial project that I'm going to illustrate this with. So we do need to install a couple of packages into our Python environment to do this. The first is we need to install Wheel. And Wheel is the latest distribution format for Python. As I've mentioned before, package distribution is just one of the weak points in Python. And so they keep trying to reinvent it. The most recent format was eggs, and now wheels are replacing eggs. So we can install Wheel with just pip install Wheel, and the other package that we're going to use is Twine, and this is a package that is going to facilitate the interaction with PyPy, which is the Python package index. And that's a description from their website of what Twine is useful for. And again, Twine will just be installed with pip. Okay, so with that as our software background to be used with packaging, we're ready to start packaging our project. So the first thing we need for our project is a setup.py file. And essentially all the steps we're doing here are things that were done with Homework 4 when we were creating the package for Homework, but now we'll be taking those packages and we'll be putting them up on PyPy to be accessible by anyone. So the canonical setup.py file can be obtained here, and just like we did with the Homework, all I've done is I've downloaded this file and edited it for my own projects. And so I'm creating a package that I'm going to call radNLP, which will be a set of tools to facilitate natural language processing on radiology reports. And here I've copied in my setup.py file, although I think I've modified it a little bit since I pasted this in here. So the main thing here is that I have a package name and I have a version. I have a description of what it's going to be used for. I have my author email. I'm using an Apache 2.0 license. I have this development status as alpha. There's actually a development status 1, which is planning, which I have actually changed it to. And just kind of indicating some of the intended uses for it. And coming down here, I'm specifying that this software will require NetworkX, PyContext NLP, Unicode CSV, and TextBlob. And then I don't have any data that's being packaged with it. And so that's my setup.py file. Okay, so now that we have a setup.py file, we're ready to build our distributions that we'll share with people. So first off, let me just show you what I have here. So I've got in this radNLP folder, I have a lot of things, but I've got the setup.py file, and I have a directory radNLP. If I change directory radNLP, I should just have a couple of files here. So I have my radlex.py, which at this point is just an empty file. Oops. Well, I got a doc string in it. This module provides some functionality for working with radlex. And I have my double underscore init double underscore.py, which will tell Python that this folder will be a package. So now what I would do is in the top level of my directory where I have my source located, I will run the command python setup.py and then sdist, and this is for source distribution. So this will build a source distribution, which is all the code that's associated with the package. And the format of this will be a compressed tar file. And just showing that now I have in my, it will create, if it doesn't already exist, a directory dist for distribution at that top level. And here it's put into it a rad NLP, and this has the version number associated with it, and then the tar.gz. We can look at what the content of that is by doing a tar. This is a table of contents for rad NLP. And so it's got the package, it's got the init, the radlex.py, and then some of packaging information that has been created. Okay, so having built the source distribution, we now want to build a wheel distribution. And that more or less goes the same way. I do python setup.py. Now it's going to be a build distribution, a binary distribution instead of source distribution underscore wheel. And there are some various options we can do here. We can build it as a universal, meaning that it's pure Python and installs either Python and runs as either Python 2 or Python 3 package. I'm not assuming that at this stage. So when I run the python setup.py bdist will, then it's running through here, and then I'm going to list the directory, the contents of my distribution directory, and we now have a few more files that have been listed here. So we've got the tar.gz and the wheel file that's been created. Okay, so now we've built everything. Now we need to start interacting with PyPy. So the first thing we need to do is if you do not already have an account on PyPy, you need to create it. So I think I've got the site up here. Okay, that's for registering with the package. So let's come down here. This is all the information about how to create your setup.py file. And creating the wheels, uploading it. So we need to create an account. So let me just create a link here, open link in a new tab. So this is going to ask you for a username, password, email, and submit this, and it will create an account for you. I already have a PyPy account created, and so I will just use that with the resources that have been already created. Okay, and now I need to register the project with PyPy. So I've created a user account, I've registered myself with PyPy, now I'm going to register the project. So let me come over here. And so here I'm submitting package information. This can be done automatically through the command line, but the recommendations on the instructions is to use this form. So I provide the name of the package and the version. And see, these are the bolded features. They are the required information that's required, and all the rest is just kind of optional at this stage. So I'm providing who created it, who's maintaining it, the email, where the source code is located, what license I'm using, providing keywords. This probably helps for people searching for packages they want to use, saying what's required, and you can highlight different classifiers. So in this case, I've highlighted that it's Python 2.7. I haven't specified anything about platforms. It's written in English. Let's see, intended audience, healthcare industry, science, research, so on. So now I should add information, and I've got an error. Okay, bad requires syntax expected parenthesized list. Okay, so let me see if I can fix that. I'll probably just delete this. This information is all in the setup.py file. So if I do that, add package name. Let's try one more thing before we just delete this since it's not required. Okay, we're just going to delete this requires, since I obviously don't know what I'm doing here. And let's submit it. Okay, so it accepted the package. Tools to facilitate NLP radiology text. Development status. Gives all the information when it was created. And let's see, if I do a search on C.B.R. Chapman, well, the package is matching out. Okay, let's do this. Chapman. So there's a Chapman ActorBase-Q project. Packages that I've got that I'm maintaining show up PyContext NLP, RAT PyDis. It's not finding my RAD NLP yet, but in any case. So I now have this RAD NLP package on PyPy, and so if I were to go to one of my Python environments that I want to install it on, and you just change directory. So this is my environment that I use for this class, and so I should now be able to do pip install rad NLP. Could not find a version that satisfies the requirement rad NLP. No matching distribution found. Oh, well, that seems a little iffy here. So let's see what we have for files. Oh, that's why I created it, but I haven't uploaded anything yet. So jumping ahead here. So I'll come back here. So I registered my project. So now I need to upload the project. And this is done with Twine. So again, I go to the host, the root directory of my project. And then the command will be Twine, upload, and then I specify what I'm going to upload. In this case, I'm going to specify everything that's been built in the dist directory. So let's execute this. See if this runs. So it's uploading those distributions. Okay, so now it's done. If we come back here to, let's refresh our page here. So now there's a wheel and there's a source distribution that's here on PyPy. And I can come back over here to my terminal and I redo the pip install. Oh, come on. Well, okay, I'm a little confused at why that's not working. I wonder if that's just a issue of PyPy needing to update the index. And so I could try downloading this. So this has been downloaded. If I go to my downloads directory, I should be able to do pip install rad NLP. And now this should be part of my environment, that if I open that with IPython, I should be able to import rad NLP. And if I do a help on rad NLP, I'll see not very much, but let's see rad NLP. I should have my doc string for the package. I guess I didn't make a doc string for the package yet. So that's where we are with that. We were able to install it. from the downloaded file, and eventually, I'm guessing when the Python package index gets updated, we will be able to install it directly with pip without having to download the file first.